story into the future. This is your lifetime opportunity to name a rhino, and with it, find the conservation efforts that keep our story alive. For more information, visit our website www.ugandawildlifeauthority.org.
My friend, I have made some good money today. It is time to relax and enjoy life.
Nice to hear that, Semu. Just give me some money.
Gino, let's go party. All the drinks and the muchomo are on me. I will crown the day with a babe to chill with before I return home. Let's enjoy ourselves. Life is too short.
You guy, you mean you want to take nothing home to your family? My friend, indulging in casual sex has become very risky and dangerous these days. There is HIV and what's still Mpox.
What are you saying, Gino? I use protection, a condom. Don't scare me.
Good. Condoms can protect you from HIV and other STIs, but not Mpox. If that person has the Mpox skin rash, he will also contract the disease Semu.
What?
Yes, Semu. And from there, you will spread it to your loved ones, your lovely wife, and your children, who may suffer serious disease and even die.
Thanks, Gino. I heard about it earlier, but I just brushed it off as well. So I am cancelling this useless program and going home to my loved ones. Bye, Gino. Bye.
Good decision. You see, that is being responsible, Semu. By the way, before you go, just give me at least a 50K.
Mpox is real. Protect yourself and the loved ones. Stay safe and do not indulge in casual sex or other risky behaviors. For more information
About Mpox,
call the Ministry of Health toll-free line on 0800 1066 or send a free SMS to YouReport on 8500. This message is brought to you by the Ministry of Health
with support from UNICEF, WHO,
and its partners.
Hello, Kampala, Uganda. In response to the national call of strengthening the traffic security, Good Products Group HGO brand has officially launched the Rider Selection Campaign. Registration is now open. Visit www.riders.hgo.com. Complete your registration now for a chance to win exciting prizes including motorcycles, exclusive HGO gift boxes, and official rider vests, all while promoting safe riding awareness. This is how to participate. Pay the registration fee, invite 3 friends to form a team of 4, and your registration fee will instantly be refunded. Begin your journey of honor today. Don't miss this opportunity. Join the challenge, promote road safety, and become a pioneer rider. For details, visit the official Good Products website at www.hgo.com or call toll-free 0800-335-555 or visit our offices at Kingdom Kampala 3rd floor to register now and win prizes worth millions.
Taxation is a bit complicated, and the only way to demystify it and make it as easy to understand and to comply with is through engagement. Is there a limit to the number of cars a returning citizen is bringing into Uganda? Who has paid the excise duty on this water is not the supermarket which has sold you this bottle at 1,000. It's not the business. It is the man who is going to drink this water. We strongly believe that it will only be through such constructive engagement that we'll be able to broaden our tax base and build our country together.
Buza Kamiso now you can get direct answers. Send your tax-related questions via WhatsApp or SMS to 0790-141-887, and the Commissioner General of URA, John Musinguzi, will personally address them. Tune in to UBC News Tonight every Monday and Wednesday for expert insights and clear explanations. Buza Commissioner.
The Presidential CEO Forum will host the 6th Biennial Private Sector CEO Retreat, Marketing Uganda. The retreat will take place from the 9th to the 11th of September 2025 at Mountains of the Moon Hotel in Fort Portal City, Kabarole District. It will be held under the theme Transforming Uganda into a Preferred Tourism Destination, Enhancing Public-Private Investment in Infrastructure, Conservation, Digitalization, Product Diversification, Marketing and Tourist Safety. The chief guest will be His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, President of the Republic of Uganda.
In a nation hungry for truth, a world where every story matters, there exists a beacon of trust and reliability. For decades, they've been our voice and our window to the world, holding the mirror of our history. With 4 TV stations and 11 radio channels spanning 27 languages, they stand as guardians of information, defenders of truth. With Mascari Heritage Advantage, they uphold every citizen's right to reliable and free information. Their archive stories shaped our past and illuminate our present. Yet now, as new challenges arise and the world evolves, their mission faces its greatest test yet. Be part of our journey and let's navigate the unknown, uncover the untold, and safeguard our future together. Tune into your public broadcaster, for it is the intersection of trust and truth. Because to UBC, your story, and every voice matters. UBC, inspiring Uganda.
Juko.
Yo.
Check the shopping, man. What's your secret?
Haven't you heard of the parish development model PDM?
Yes, I did, but I thought it was just a talk.
No, Sebatia. It is real. I and a few friends together formed a circle, accessed money from the PDM, invested in a portrait project, and now things are moving.
Juko. I thought I was one of your friends.
You are.
But you left me behind.
I didn't leave you in poverty. What you do, just visit your LC2 chairperson and your parish chief and start the process of economic transformation. Just like that. The parish development model is an initiative from the government of Uganda through the Ministry of Local Government designed to transform all lives of Ugandans for the better. PDM, my parish, my development, my life.
Every Wednesday, live in our studios in the heart of Kampala.
We have to change the political culture in this country, really. Who has bewitched Ugandans?
I want to assure you, as government, we shall do whatever it takes to ensure that Ugandans are safe.
We have conversations that have analysis, explanation.
This law society, this union of theirs, because they want a job everywhere, they want to be this, they want to be that, they want... No. We know it's a union.
You cannot be making a road, bitumen grade 1, in Congo for 5 billion.
But not every truth is fact, and not every fact is truth.
The argument that the General Court Martial is responsible for peace and stability is without basis, either in law or in fact.
We have been told how Napoleon was a great orator. Now, Napoleon cannot help me get food. They told me combine harvest in Saskatchewan. I don't know where Saskatchewan is. This is a geography we're taught. Instead of teaching me how to preserve Mabera forest, they're teaching me about Rhineland. This is a problem we got. We cannot run away from it.
Right now, you hear very disgusting stories of members of parliament. Instead of discussing the details of loans, they ask for their cuts.
Every Wednesday, 10 p.m. on your public broadcaster.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.
Revered as the patrons of the wild, my horn stood tall, announcing my presence among Africa's Big Five. Yet, with all my strength, I struggled to survive. Then Uganda Wildlife Authority gave us something, a safe home at the Ziwa Rhino Sanctuary. And here we begin to thrive again. Today, we are 48 members strong, with 17 cows, ready to take our unique story into the future. This is your lifetime opportunity to name a rhino, and with it, find the conservation efforts that keep our story alive. For more information, visit our website, www.ugandawildlifeauthority.org.
Pick of the day on UBC.
Every Wednesday, 10 p.m. on your public broadcaster.
Was brought to you by
I'll call you every day, yeah, yo, baby, don't know.
You can now get all the Chibuzi out with MTN voice bundles. Call all networks, Kubei Dondoro. Buy a 25-minute voice bundle for only 1,000, or buy any daily voice bundle of your choice. Dial *100*21# and select daily, or use the My MTN app. When we talk together, we are unstoppable.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala, this is Good Morning Uganda.
A very good morning to you. Always many thanks for you to join us and take your time off to watch UBC TV. 0709602592 is the WhatsApp number that you should engage and be a part of the conversation. As every Wednesday, Uganda Cooperative Alliance is always in studio with us to tell us and teach us about the cooperative movement in Uganda. My name is Julie F. Natava. And today in particular, it's a good day. Why? Because first and foremost, the National Cooperative Conference is taking place on the 18th of September. And the more reason to celebrate the cooperative achievements. If you want to learn more, if you want to learn about these achievements, but if you see a gap as well, this is your chance to be a part of the show, as well as learn and relearn in regards to that. Now in studio with me is Jackie Zawode, usual suspect, almost becoming a host here on Good Morning Uganda. But she is the Communications and Marketing Officer at Uganda Cooperative Alliance. And the other guest that we have today in studio is Dr. Sunday Nixon, who is an economist and from the Parish Development Model. Good morning, Jackie.
Good morning, dear viewers, and it's again very, very great to be here.
Always.
I've become a host,
Always.
Really, Julie.
Surely, indeed. Good morning, Dr. Nixon.
Yes, good morning, viewers. I'm glad to be here on the UBC.
Right, welcome to you both. And let's start with the fact that we are celebrating, I'm starting with you, Jackie, as we celebrate the achievements of the cooperative movement in Uganda. What would you say has been the biggest milestone in at least over a decade?
Thank you so much, Julie. There's been lots of milestones, and that is why we are celebrating our achievements. The key message here is that we are coming together to celebrate. For example, Julie, if, for example, you were pregnant,
right,
and the day for giving birth comes to you, you will celebrate with everyone. Whenever you add a year onto your ages, you will call people to celebrate. We have gone through a lot as cooperators. There are times when we have been disbanded. You see, we have a fully fledged ministry of trade, industry, and cooperatives. But those days, we used to hear about only the trade and industry part of it. But right now, as you speak, it is the cooperators themselves that are engaging into the trade and the industry. And now when you go and talk about Ministry of Trade and Industry, you cannot forget the cooperatives department. And why is that so? It's because there is a lot that we have achieved. But one biggest milestone is what we are going to achieve actually on the 18th of September. And that is the launch of our coveted National Cooperative Bank. We have been looking forward to this. We have lobbied. There is a fully fledged steering committee that was set up by the Ministry of Trade.
Right.
These people have been working tirelessly, going around the different districts, mobilizing, doing research, getting people's opinions, especially the cooperators, that should we continue, should we start a national corporate, our own bank that we feel is our bank? Why is it that other countries have already started off? Kenya has already been with this cooperative bank for more than decades, you know? Tanzania has been having this cooperative bank. Why is Uganda, which is part of the East African Union, the East African community, why is it lagging behind in terms of the National Cooperative Bank? Now, this is the time for us to start. On 16th June of this year, we came together at Uganda Cooperative Alliance as cooperators, and we all resolved that we need to start a National Cooperative Bank. It was a unified resolution, and we said, let's start off with it. We started by enacting bylaws. We wrote bylaws for that bank, And on top of that, we went and registered it. We got resolutions. You know, before you start, before you register a cooperative, a bank, yeah, for us we thought that because it is going to start at tier 4, because we couldn't have that capital, we couldn't mobilize that capital then, let us start it as a national cooperative credit and savings society. And then we needed to register it as a cooperative society. We have already done the registration. I'm telling you, Julie, we have already done the registration. Now we are going ahead to launch it. And now that is going to be the biggest milestone. By the time the president has also committed to be there as the chief guest to launch this coveted bank of ours. And given that we have gone through different steps to where we are, it is a very huge milestone. I will stop it at that because there are very many other milestones that we have come registering, but that is going to be our biggest, and we are celebrating it on that day.
Right, and a little later on, indeed, you'll tell us of the achievements that you have registered in different areas of this movement. But let me come to you, Dr. Nixon. Jackie has mentioned that the president will be present at this event come 18th September, and you cannot talk about the president and miss the idea of parish development model that you are here representing. And you cannot talk about parish development model, its nature, and you miss the idea of the cooperative movement in Uganda. Has the parish development model worked hand in hand with the Uganda Cooperative Alliance?
Yeah, thank you, moderator. First of all, we cannot talk of the cooperative and leave out parish development model.
Right.
Yeah. A PDM is a strategy. Others call it a program, but no, it's a strategy of delivering services closer to the people. But now when you say services closer, then you can't leave out the idea of cooperating, because developing the people must be mobilized. And when they're mobilized, then the idea of cooperative cooperation must come in. Now to our side now, being a strategy, but now for today I'm going to specifically look at the cooperative and the cooperational side of it. As Jack said, that they are looking at the cooperative bank. Now the bank has the different levels. Now the PDM came and said, for us, let's have the cooperative banks at the parish level. As we hear the word P is the parish.
Right.
So we are looking at the cooperative level of the banks of our people, the wananchi, you can call it, because people live at the parish. Now so far, we have formed or established 10,954 cooperative banks. The one we call the PDM saving and credit at each parish. Because for us, each parish, a bank. So we say now, if these parishes are well established and empowered, and then we can try to join at a sub-county level. Now you can see we are coming closer to the cooperative bank Julie is talking about at the national. So say now, let's have these saving and credit associations or cooperatives, which we call PDM circles. And we thank the government and His Excellency that we giving grant to each bank now at the parish. That each financial year, we give 100 million as so far to each PDM cooperative bank. And recently, it's in the idea of the president that according to the assessment he has carried out during the presidential tour, he thinks he should add more money per financial year to the cooperative bank of the parish. The membership, so far we can talk of over 4 million Ugandans in our parish banks. And below that, we have what we call the enterprise groups. that we are saying now. You can't live without that. The cooperative bit of it, because these enterprises have members. So when we are talking of the cooperative bank, now we are talking of at the grassroots level, at the parish level.
Indeed, allow me interject and ask for clarity.
Yeah.
When you use the word cooperative bank
Yes.
at the grassroots, do you mean a SACCO? Is it the same as a SACCO or is actually a bank?
Of course, when you say SACCO in full, it is saving and credit.
Yes.
So get that word cooperative, we have to cooperate.
All right. And
don't look at the entity.
okay.
Yes.
Because clarity has to be put across, especially
Yes.
for the viewer.
Yes.
And when we look at the cooperative bank that is yet to be launched come the 18th of September,
Yes.
do they contradict? Is it the same agenda?
Yeah.
Don't you think it's easier to collaborate, have one umbrella? Help us paint a picture.
Yeah, you know, we have banks at different tiers.
Right.
So, commercial banks, development banks, now come to savings and credit cooperatives. Now these are the circles. So for us at our PDM, at our parish level, is a cooperative, a saving and credit cooperative. That now, when you aggregate, as you move to the national, now feeds into our other banks, the national banks, as she said, the cooperative bank.
Right.
But I'm taking the idea of the word cooperative. You know, the bank is like an entity, but here we are looking what makes the cooperative to exist. Now here is the PDM, on the side of what you call the financial inclusion. It is based on the principles, our parish circles, but briefly called with parish banks, because it deals with management of money. Yes. So these are our parish banks. Now, the parish banks are based on the principle. One is inclusivity, to include everyone into the banking sector. Include all our subsistence stakeholders and all households into that movement, the money economy. And when we talk of the transforming from subsistence money economy, then the cooperative must stay in the middle. That's why our circles are also registered with Ministry of Trade and Cooperative, fully registered and licensed. Now, when we come to alliance, now I'm coming to now the other concept of alliance. Alliance means you engage many people, bring them together, and we focus. So even our circles, our savings and credit cooperatives at the parish level can be allied to any other banking institution. It be government, it be private. Because the aim is to uplift Ugandans from where they are to the money economy. And now, when we are talking about the money economy, we said somebody having money, but not keeping it under the pillows, keeping it, you know, wherever we keep. Now, keep it in a specialized and modified institution. In this case, we talk of the banks. Yes.
Very interesting. And now that would still allow me stay with you, and thereafter I'll come to Jackie.
Yeah.
But one would still wonder that because this is a government initiative, the PDM, wouldn't it be an opportunity for the government to actually push to work hand in hand with the UCA, which is an umbrella for most cooperatives in Uganda?
In fact, don't call it a chance or opportunity. No, we're already working with it.
Right.
UCA, we have what we call non-state actors.
Okay.
They're also part of our journey to transform our Ugandans. Now, because I'm looking at today I'm looking at the cooperative, but we have everyone. You know, it is a strategy. PDM is a strategy. So it is for everyone, both state and non-state actors. We are ready with UCA. We've been with them in engagement. Actually, they are part of our trainers, come train our households on how they can manage the funds. Because the government sends money to the parish as a grant. But from the parish now to an individual, it is a revolving fund. Now, these our people need to know, to get the skills how to manage that flow of funds. That's why now we have the UCA on board.
Right.
Yes, and as a financial institution.
Thank you very much, Dr. Sunday Nixon. Now let me come over to you, Jackie. What do you think, especially in your docket, marketing and communication, what do you think this particular docket, what role has it played over the years to emphasize the movement of cooperatives in Uganda?
Thank you so much, Julie. And we've always emphasized digitization.
Right.
Digitization is part of communication, really. And we are very happy to say that most of our cooperatives have actually come on board in terms of digitization. Now, when you see big cooperatives, big circles, big unions that are coming on board, when you talk about Wazalendo, these people, their systems are all digitized. Now, because of this effective communication, people are able to get to understand, to know the operatives or the plans that the circles have for them, the operations of the circle at just the click of a dot or a button. Right. You get it. So I will be where I am and I want to access a loan, and then because there have been effective communication pathways that have been created for me, I will just maybe make a call, or maybe I'll go online and I'll fill in the form online and everything will be done digitally. I will not even have to move from where I am. That is why I want to even look in this camera and call upon cooperators. Please get on board. When it comes to digitization, get on board. The world is moving ahead. Right now we are using AI, you get it, to do our things, to make things easy. So if we are to make things easy, if we are to achieve and celebrate our achievements, let us also put digitization into play. The other thing is on marketing itself. We have seen how marketing has helped us to rebrand ourselves as cooperators. Look at circles like Wazalendo. Look at circles like Exodus. Who doesn't know these circles? Prison circles. Who doesn't know Ankole circle, Ankole Union, Coffee Union? These are circles that have been able to brand themselves. They are using the art of communication because they understand what it is in for them. So they are using the art of communication to brand themselves. And out of this, they have been able to market themselves outwardly as circles and unions, but also when it comes to their products. Right. These are products that are certified. They have fair trade. We have an area cooperative, an SCE, area cooperative enterprise there in Bushika, Mbali. These people have been able now to take their brand to another level. They are producing coffee, but it's not just coffee. They've innovated. They have come up with industries that make this coffee become quality coffee, in that they've even been certified as fair trade. What do I mean by fair trade? It means that now I'm able to produce something and give back to the community. One of our principles as cooperators is community concern. Concern for the community. That is our 7th principle. Now, these people have concern for the community in that out of their product, they've been able to go and create and construct roads in their areas. They are constructing wells. They are constructing these, what are they called? Those pumps for water pumps. There's a bridge that, Bududa is kind of hilly and they are always being affected by the environment. And because of the landslides, there was a bridge that was swept away by water. These people went immediately using their funds, and that is a way of branding themselves. They used their funds to actually construct a bridge so that children can be able now to cross over and to go and be able to go to their classes every morning so that they do not miss out. Now, this is what we call the power of communication. They are branding themselves, they are marketing themselves, they are marketing their products to be able to achieve. When you talk about governance itself, we want to understand that there is transparency in the way we communicate in our circles and our cooperatives. And how do you do that? You open the airways of communication. You make sure that everything that has come in the circle, any innovation has been communicated. That is why we have the annual general meeting. And speaking of annual general meeting, Julie, the following day after 18th, we are going to have our annual UCA general meeting. Now, this is where we are going to tell our members that these are our audited books of account. This is how we have been able to progress. This is how we've been implementing our work plans and activities. These are the achievements that we have done. These are the challenges that we have met. And what is that? That is being transparent. That is communicating and letting people know what you are doing as a union or as a cooperative, not doing things out of the way because people now are not going to trust you. We want that kind of transparency. Now, UCA goes out there to skill people, and one of the things that we skill in is governance and financial skilling, and maybe these other kinds of skilling and regulation in legal and lobbying and so on. Now, if we were not doing that through communication and we are just doing things haphazardly, we would not be registering cooperatives that are actually achieving a lot in their undertakings. We will not be looking at cooperatives like Ankole Coffee. We would not be looking at cooperatives like, I keep referring to Wazalendo because there's a lot of achievements in that circle. It is a circle that is actually surpassing even commercial banks in terms of, in its profiling of assets and the amount of money that they have in dividends. It is way beyond even commercial banks. How? And how has this been able to be? Because their governance is streamlined, they have policies, they are transparent, they are always holding annual general meeting, and now that is the power of communication. When you speak of communication, you cannot forget the media itself. Julie, we are here because the media has embraced us. And I want to thank UBC very, very much. You have given us the platform. You've given corporators the platform to always talk about their challenges, to always talk about what they are going through, but also to speak about their achievements. And that is why we are here. The media is a very big tool. Where I am not, maybe I'm not right now, I'm not in Bale, but there's someone in Bale who is watching me, who is going to understand that on the 18th, there's going to be a very huge conference for the national corporators. It is the media that has gone ahead to let us know that in Korea, there are cooperatives that are working and they are actually surpassing and they are achieving. That there are cooperatives in South Africa, a fully fledged national bank of cooperatives in South Africa. And how now do we learn from that as Ugandans? It is the media that is helping us. If it wasn't, how would I have been able to go to Kenya or maybe to South Africa to know that there's actually a bank that I can look up to and get inspired to actually form my own bank here in Uganda? So communication does a lot in terms of creating pathways for understanding what is going on, for being transparent, and for actually engaging on that kind of level, so that you're also involved in the undertakings of your own cooperative and union.
Right,
Thank you.
Very profound. Thank you so much, Jackie. We are looking at the achievements of the cooperative movement over the years in Uganda. There is a conference to be held on the 18th of September, come next week. And we are engaging that conversation. Be a part of it, 0709602592. In studio with me is Jackie Zawede, who is the Communications and Marketing Officer at the Uganda Cooperative Alliance, and Dr. Sunday Nixon, an economist, parish development model. Now, coming to you, Dr. Nixon, one of the problems that we have outrightly seen in the media, it's not a secret, it's known. Transparency has been a problem. We've seen RDCs go on ground and find that PDM money has been used for something else or has been used in one other form as opposed to what was intended. How is there a chance, an opportunity for the PDM, the government, to employ the mechanisms of the UCA in regards to the issue of transparency, as Jackie has outrightly stated that they have policies, they have principles that govern them as the UCA in looking at the idea of transparency and openness? Is there a chance of employing these mechanisms into the PDM system?
Thank you, the moderator. Now, as I said, the PDM is an approach, strategy. So it is very big. When you see what is shown in the media, you know, PDM money has been utilized here, there. Now we have many types of, or many categories of PDM money. But now we are talking over the the cooperative money now. The PDM cooperative money for the circles. I want to assure Ugandans that the money for the circles has never or has not been tampered with. All our PDM circles get 100 million per financial year as intended. However, there are some monies, we talk of training and so on. Those could be the posts in the media, but the government and the PDM, Secretariat and other stakeholders are working hard to make sure that those irregularities are solved and may be catered for. That's why you see security, you see, include the media. Include the media reporting, so no, this is bad. So those are acts of saying no, it should go this way. But I want to assure Ugandans, money for PDM cooperative, PDM circle, still comes as planned. 100 million per cooperative, parish cooperative. However, you know, when you are dealing with communities, there are also bad acts. You know, yes. Yeah, this is now we deal with human beings. And that's why you say, no, the government says, no, here there's a human being, here, then here there's police. Which means is to regulate. Then there's security. Then there's also media to continue putting, you know, the eyes. That is everything going on whether or not. Now, when it comes, that's why you see people being arrested. Those are the mechanisms saying, please, no, do it this way. But as so far, after those reports started when we are, you know, we have phases, establishment phases, we are now at the stabilization phase. You know, sensitizing people or running, it is a continuous process. So at the beginning, when we started establishing these cooperatives and other sorts of initiative within the PDM, because the PDM has many pillars. We have 7 pillars: agriculture and so on. Talk of infrastructure, talk of the social services pillar. Then the cooperative now is the pillar number 3. That's why I say now today I'm focusing on that pillar. If we had gone all the 7 pillars, now we would have come to the question, the answer to your question, that we are seeing the RDs arresting. The question is, the arresting for what? PDM is a strategy. May not be the money for PDM cooperatives, what we call the PDM circles. May be the money for other activities. But for this case, we've been working with the UCA and other stakeholders to provide what you call financial literacy in management. Talk of management, talk of the savings, talk of the credit. So, as so far, PDM is assessed as one of the best strategy. And very soon we'll be seeing other countries also coming here to benchmark.
Right.
Yes, to Uganda. That shows that now the success we have shown within just 3 years is enough, and also to appreciate our stakeholders. These are stakeholders who have come in. A strategy is open to every stakeholder, every player. So you want to come, we say, yes, you're welcome. Come, yes, you're welcome. Maybe that's why we are performing better. So we have many successes. I normally watch our UBC here, showing what is happening at the ground. PDM, it's a talk across the nation. You know, there is what you call uniformity. It is very hard to have an initiative, and you find that across all corners of the country, they say, even the person who did not go to school and says, at least we say model. He will hear that model. He can easily understand that this is a government initiative that has come for us here at our household, at our parish. Now, when we finish at the establishment phase now, where we is at the stabilization phase, that's why we need all the stakeholders We need the UCA to come in and say, yes, for us we will cooperate all the cooperatives. We are now here. Please, come and we move the same journey. Distinguish, because under the cooperative there are many activities that can be carried on, that are being carried on. We have what you call the stakeholders enterprise. Very soon we shall be seeing that under our circles, as you heard, we had this cooperative based on agriculture, Bugisu, Ankora, and so on. Now we have brought the ID situation to a parish level, because our parish circles or parish banks are based on the enterprise. Talk of coffee, talk of fruits, talk of fish. Very soon you will see those enterprise groups cooperating very well, because they are mobilized and the stakeholders can meet direct. See, what PDM has brought is that there is that direct linkage to the last person. Our cooperators here, we have now created the pathway that you don't need to start asking at the center, where should I go? No, we tell you there is a Kachwano Parish circle. Just go direct. These are our circle leaders. These are our management. The contacts are here. Go direct. So now we have created that linkage for our the stakeholders, that they can easily interact with Ugandans. They can empower them. They can also encourage them directly without any getting lost.
Right. Thank you so much, Dr. Nixon. Now, I'm going to ask you, but you might choose to reserve this until I come back to you. Indeed, just to stay in line with what we are hinting on, how better a collaborative movement can take place, a better collaborative movement to take place, how it can help initiatives, government initiatives, benefit cooperatives more, using umbrella organizations like the UCA. And as you're pondering on that, let me move to Jackie to just share the achievements. You did share the milestones that have been registered over the years, a decade, but let's look into the detail of the achievements that you have registered and recognized.
Thank you, Julie. The National Development Plan, the fourth one, it stipulates, when you look at its theme, it specifically stipulates growth, employment, creation of wealth. It talks about inclusivity. It talks about industrialization. Everything that I've talked about, we have been able to achieve. You look at a woman down in the communities, a very poor woman, who at one point was not able to take their children to school. Maybe she was working, but the money was being taken by the husband. I mean, GS CPA Ivan is always here talking about that story of the woman who wanted to take a loan, but she decided not to involve the husband. She actually said the husband is dead, only for them to find out that the husband was actually alive. But she didn't want the husband to be the one to guarantee the loan for her. But she eventually went and got the loan, and she was able to take the children to school. That is an achievement. The woman is boasting of children, a lawyer, a doctor, an accountant, and is it what? A medical doctor. And why is that so? Because people are now able to access loans at a very, very small price. And that is why we are talking about the National Cooperative Bank, because this is going to be inclusive. It will bring all cooperators to be able to tap onto that financial inclusivity. Because commercial banks will give you a loan, and they will not even, the grace period is just 1 month. Imagine they are giving you a loan to buy pigs. Is the pig going to reproduce in just 1 month? Now they expect you to take back the first facility, the loan facility, in just 1 month. That is excluding people who are not able to do that, the farmers. Now the farmer has been brought from down, and now she's able, or he is able, to go and access loans from a circle at a very affordable cost interest rate. And that is something that we are very proud of. We are talking about industrialization. I am telling you, circles have been able to put up industries. Go down to Fort Portal. There's a circle down there that have put up a dairy plant, a dairy processing plant. That is a full industry. It is a circle. They put all their monies together. They bought this asset. It was actually launched by the president himself. And this thing is, you know, manufacturing quality milk that can actually even be exported out of Uganda. When you talk about employment, SACCOs have been able to employ, cooperatives have been able to create this kind of, you know, employment avenues where people are now being employed. I keep referring back to CPA Ivan. He was employed as a general manager. Right now, where is he? You get it? When you look at the other SACCOs, where are they now? Actually, women within SACCOs were actually looked at. They were sought out by these funders, the development funds in Netherlands, and they were taken for even more capacity building because they wanted to know and understand how inclusivity in these cooperatives is being done. So they decided to take on these women, and now they are actually, now their capacity has been built and they can be able to be doing other things. That is an achievement. When you talk about taxation, Julie, we are always here saying that there is no way you can get your salary and put it into a saving scheme, and then it is the same saving. Already they've taken off the taxes from the beginning. Now also, URA wants to tax this saving scheme, the SACCO itself. So a very big group of people went and approached the president, His Excellency, and they said, we need a tax exemption. And that is something that we need to celebrate, that for over 10 years, we have been exempted from taxation. We were putting our monies in the SACCOs, and there wasn't any type of taxation. Now we want to cry out to the government again, telling them, please give us an extension of this tax exemption so that we can able to, you know, we can be able to enjoy our monies that we are saving in the SACCOs and so on. When you talk about creation of wealth, there's been a lot of transformation. Doctor here has been talking about the transformation down there in the communities. There was a man who stood in the crowd one day. He was a hawker, and in a day he would only get 1,000 shillings as profit. How are you going to live off 1,000 shillings? In a day, Julie, how much do you earn? Now I'm going to be the host for today to question you. How much do you earn, and how much do you use of what you earn? Sometimes even the 50,000 that you will use in a day is not going to be enough. Now this gentleman was only earning 1,000 shillings a day, and he wasn't able to actually fulfill all his wishes. He went and partook of this money from the PDM, and he's able now to grow onions back in his community. Right. We saw sacks of onions that this man is producing, which he has been able to sell, and now he has even put up a structure for himself. Now that is growth. When you talk about creation of wealth, this man has created wealth in just years. He's talked about 3 years of the PDM existence. He has created wealth even in less than 3 years, and is able to stand and say, my children who used to be left behind when other people's children used to go to school can now also access that kind of quality education. I'm able to do that because of what government has done for me, because of me being not just working as an individual, but working as a part of a cooperative. Right. Just Julie, CPA Ivan is always here saying, even me myself I can say, even God himself, there is no one who can work in a silo. We have people here who are looking at independent. We are independent. I am an independent woman. For me, I work alone. I don't even need anybody. People out there, they go back to their homes and they are by themselves. They are crying. They want a companion. That is why God said, let me create a companion for man, because I know that when I create this person, he will be able to work in partnership with another. And on the 7th day, after he had created the woman for the man, he was happy. What does that show? Achievement, that he had achieved the biggest achievement of all. When Jesus, I'm reiterating what CPA Ivan is always saying, when Jesus realized that he cannot do the work of disciples, of taking the gospel to various places. He decided to adopt disciples. And these are the people who now went on telling the gospel everywhere. Why? Because that is cooperation. They were cooperating.
Right.
No single person can live by themselves.
Right.
And because of that, we are seeing a lot of achievements. We are seeing places, communities that are coming out and growing. We are seeing communities, I've talked about this Bushika man who is leading an area cooperative enterprise, and they are putting up, they've even bought a truck which is able to now distribute and transport their merchandise to the markets. We are able to see that now people are able to get finances to finance their well-being, and that is now growth, and it is being sustained. That is called sustainable growth, because it is money that you're growing by yourself. It is not money that somebody will come and support you. The government is supporting you through Emyoga, through PDM, through Invite, and so on. And now you're even increasing on that kind of growth. That is what the NDP4 is mobilizing for. That is why we are saying that we do not sit on these achievements. Come, cooperators, on the 18th of September. Let us showcase. I'm going to talk about that day because it's going to be flamboyant.
Right.
I'm going to talk about it. But we are saying come and showcase these achievements. They are quite many. I might not even have elaborated and talked about all of them.
Right.
But let them come and do it. You know, when you do it visually and there is evidence that this is what we have achieved without just speaking about it, it even speaks volumes. So,
Right,
thank
indeed.
you.
And I'll be coming to you to tell us about that day. But let me first engage somebody who comes through and says, I'm a cooperator in Soroti with the ambition to be a customer in the National Cooperative Bank. Wish to get the contacts of the guests, that is Nixon and Zawede, please. All right, and that is something that they've received. Now, moving on to Nixon, I had a question for you, and it was, how can better collaboration between government initiatives and umbrella organizations such as the UCA improve the success rate of cooperatives? But also, just for you to take all of this in compound, what is special about PDM circles? What's the difference between PDM circles and all other circles in comparison?
Once again, thank you very much. How best we can do, we have an acronym called SMART. SMART, S-M-A-R-T. The first letters stand for specific. Yes. The question, you are cooperating on what? That's what we need to first understand. As I've said, PDM is a strategy. Then for you coming to cooperate, say me, I'm coming on capacity building. I'm coming on financial literacy. I'm coming on more funding. Now, this will avoid what you call a mixture of things and activities. Now, cooperate, as CCA comes in and said, for us, we are going to cooperate with PDM, cooperative circles, on this specific note. Then after, it will be measurable. That's the aim, we measure. Then we also state, is it real? The reality comes in. Then how long will it take either to mature or to get the results? So we have to embrace what we call SMART. Now, once SMART comes, which means we shall have different stakeholders engaging our cooperative, the PDM cooperatives, but smartly without, contradicting. Where you find somebody comes with the same thing, then another one also bring the same thing, another one bring the same thing, that now at the end we find overloaded, but with either one thing or two or three, but brought by different stakeholders. To me, how best we can is to be specific and cooperate with the PDM, and we transform our Ugandans. The second, on top of that, we have Uganda is mostly driven by the agriculture sector. Now, how we came, or how the government came with PDM, it looked at the three factors of production. One where we have labor, We look at the labor we have. We are even exporting labor. Our youth are going outside. So labor is not a problem. Then the second factor is land. So when we look at it, no, land is there. We have an utilized land all over the country. Now the third one is capital. Now the capital brings what we call the financial access. Said, the challenge of Uganda is not performing well. They are willing, they have the land, they have the energy, but they don't have access to finance, which is capital, as the third factor of production. Say the government, yes. Now let's bring capital now to Ugandans. Now, as we cooperate, also I would say we are cooperating on that Uganda is missing. Don't cooperate on labor. The labor is already here. Don't cooperate on land. The land is already where? Here. We have enough land. Now cooperate on the problem, which is capital. That's why the UCA come and said, on that capital, you have given the grant, but me, I'm coming to give the skill. You are giving the grant to people, I'm coming to give the literacy on the financial management side. That's what I can say in relation to how can we cooperate.
All right.
Now, the another question, what is special with PDM and disregard with PDM circles?
Yes.
Now, PDM is using a strategy or an approach called bottom-up approach. Not sitting here in this studio and we start designing, go and this, or sitting in the boardroom. No, we are using the bottom-up approach. The people from the grassroots sit and say, for us, we want to do this. Now that brings what you call the community ownership. They are owning all the activities done under PDM. Then we have what you call self-assessment, self-evaluation. I would just prefer this to our, mostly the women groups. We all come from the villages. If we are to ask ourselves, everyone has a parish or a village he or she comes from. We have those, can call them Nigina groups, can call Boxy. In our language, we know how we call them. But mind you, you cannot default to that group. Because they know that now this one said, we give him this money loan to go and buy what? A pig. They will make sure you buy it. Because why? This group, these are the neighbors here. Even they know if you are, if they know that in another evening where you had sat with your colleague, you are saying, I will get money, I go and I drink. They will know that. They will say, no, we should not give this person, because we know the intention. So there's that self-assessment. Equally, PDM is grounded on that approach. That I know you took a loan of 1 million, but I'm the next to receive. When you bring, it's me to get it. Now imagine how I'm going to demand you. Because when a group, we know they understood. We sat and agreed, please, Jackie, you receive first the loan. You use it for 2 to 3 years. After you bring back. When you bring back, it's now to get it. Then when I bring back, it is hard what?
To get.
You see that's how we are going to demand ourselves. This is what's called self-assessment. Then all self-evaluation. That this one is, as of now, is not capable. That's why they determine who is to receive first in a group. They do their self-what? Evaluation. So now we are here under an enterprise called poultry. We are 3. And the principle or the procedure of PDM is saying the rate receives first in a household. Now, we are here 3, but you say we can get 1 million. Now we assess ourselves now. So this one, we are already, I'm giving example of poultry. This one has been, he has the poultry house. All remaining to buy the chicks and put in. let's say he has been, he believes in the Catholic, then he always on, you know, the Kavona and so on. Eh? If he's a Muslim, every Friday, everyone is praying. I wish I get money, I put poetry in this what? This house. If you are born again, you are always, I want a miracle, so I get money. That's one person. He has the poetry house ready, but he cannot afford to buy the chicks. The second person, he has got timber to construct the house, the poetry house. I'm giving now the self-assessment, how it comes in.
Right.
He's also ready, but he has the timber already down to construct the house for the poultry. Now the third one, for him is sharpening the panga to go and cut the timber, to come and construct. You can see we are all ready, but the level of readiness differs. Now that's why they said, you know, Judy is more ready. So let us first give Judy. Now by the time another one comes, if this one has timber, we will also be ready with the house. As we move, as even the south one come closer. So we have that self-assessment that makes these people, or makes our PDM circles bit unique.
Right, very profound. Thank you so much for that, Dr. Nixon Sunday. He is an economist and he is representing the parish development model. Now let me come to you, Jacqueline, for you to just elaborate for us what has been planned for 18th, and as we begin to bring this conversation to a close.
Thank you so much, Julie. And I just want to take this opportunity to call upon all corporators. We have sent out the messages. We have sent out the call for them to come on 18th of September, which is going to be this Thursday coming next week. We are going to be in numbers. When you organize an event, what makes it flamboyant, what makes it merry, is the number of people that you have actually invited and they turn up. So we want to call upon corporators, come, let us celebrate together. I want to also inform them that we have invited a very special person from Kenya. He's the manager of CIC right now, but he has worked for the National Cooperative Bank of Kenya before. He's called Mr. Patrick Nyaga. He's going to come and give us insight, inspiration of how to run a national cooperative bank. So let them come in to be able to ask. There are some of these questions that even we ourselves, we cannot be able to answer. But let them come because they are very professional people who are going to be taking charge. We have cooperative education. We've always been crying and lobbying that let the government give us at least one university. We have colleges, Chigumba College, Cooperative College. We have Tororo Cooperative College. How about we transform that into a university so that it gets to that level where other universities like Moshi Cooperative University in Tanzania is also passing and actually graduating people in cooperatives. Ugandans have embraced the cooperative education, so we also want to learn from these people. How have they been able to do it? There's going to be a lot of lobbying for these regulatory, lacunas that are going on in the cooperatives so that we understand what is going on. Even in taxation, we've said that we want an exemption, a further, extension of our tax exemption. This is the day when we meet the head of the state, His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, and we speak about all this. But what is the highlight of all this is that we are going to launch our National Cooperative Bank. We are launching it first as the National Cooperative Society and Credit Association Limited, Society Limited, and then later when it gets to that capitalized, level where it becomes a commercial bank, then we shall have the National Cooperative Bank. I want to say that we are also going to do an exhibition. Like I said, we are going to showcase our achievements. This time it's going to be in visual. We are going to touch and be able to know that this is what has actually been done down there, that this is what the Emyoga have been able to do down there in the communities. And now we are bringing it in person so that the president gets to understand that actually what I told my people to go and do, they are actually doing it. And they are not doing it just individually, but they are doing it in associations and in a cooperative model. We want the world to know that there are very many benefits in coming together as cooperatives.
Right.
You will tell me, Julie, that as an individual, you can just go this much. But when you do it together as a group, you will go a very longer distance. So cooperators, fellow cooperators, I want to appeal to you, come. Like we've always said, if you're able to trek to Namugongo for the Uganda Matters Day, how about that day when now you're celebrating other people who even died long time ago. But now here we are celebrating our achievements. Why aren't you able to trek? Start walking now. If you're coming from Barara, it will take you, we are now remaining with only 8 days to go.
All right.
8 days are enough for you to walk up to Kololo. We are going to have a massive eruption, a volcanic eruption. It's not going to be natural this time, but it will be an eruption of people.
Right.
So we want to call upon you, cooperators, please come. This is a very big day. It is national. We are calling it national. Even the cooperator down there in Queen District,
right.
We want to see you in Kololo. Thank you very much.
And that will be on the 18th of September at Kololo Independence Grounds. It's where you should be. Thank you so much, Jackie, for giving us that update in emphasis. And that brings us to the end of this conversation. I've been having it with Dr. Sunday Nixon, an economist and representing the parish development model, alongside Jackie Zawede, who is the communications and marketing officer at the Uganda Cooperative Alliance. Thank you so much for being on the show. This is it for today's edition of Good Morning Uganda. Let's do this again tomorrow on a Thursday. Good morning.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala, this is Good Morning Uganda.
Pick of the day on UBC.
Every Wednesday, 10 p.m. on your public broadcaster.
Was brought to you by
I'll call you every day, yeah, yo,
You can now get all the Chibuzi out with MTN voice bundles. Call all networks Kubei Dondoro. Buy a 25-minute voice bundle for only 1,000 or buy any daily voice bundle of your choice. Dial *100 *21# and select daily or use the My MTN app. When we talk together, we are unstoppable.
Revered as the patrons of the wild, my horn stood tall, announcing my presence among Africa's Big Five. Yet, with all my strength, I struggled to survive. Then Uganda Wildlife Authority